Hey everybody, it's Big Anklevich here, podcaster, author, and carnivore. And not my usual place. There's nothing in there anyways. I don't have a cool background anymore. It's just a background full of empty shelves. But yeah, we're in this steady destruction of our house so that we can replace our floors. I don't even have my tripod. So I'm hoping that I've got my elbow braced against this chair, and hopefully I will get through this whole video. But anyways, yeah, today is the last video for the Fresh Meat May / June challenge. And let's head over and see my last videos. There's a little bit more than a week worth because 30 days is more than 4 weeks. So instead of just doing another week and then doing a video for 2 days, I added the last 2 days on. So let's head over, check them out, and I'll talk to you guys on the other side. Hey folks, it is day 22, which is Wednesday. And it was a little bit different today. I knew I was running out of meat to eat, so I went out to the store this morning to get some more. I grabbed myself a 5-pound chub of ground beef, and then I also got, they had a little pork loin that was on sale for $5. And it was supposed to be, I think, normally like 13 or something like that. And I thought, you know what, I am grabbing this. If it's half off, it's worth getting. So I bought it, brought it home, and I cooked that up in my air fryer, and I cooked some of the ground beef in my on my electric frying pan, which is, that's what we've got because the kitchen is all torn apart until we get the floors done. So that's what I had for my my meal. I probably didn't have to because I still have 2 of those ribeyes in the fridge, but I figured I can save them. They don't have to be eaten every day, so I saved them for a couple of days. Shush! You're being noisy. I'm trying to talk to the folks at home. And look at you. You're just here trying to be all cute. Oh, look at me. Look at me. Oh, pet me. All right. So I had hamburgers. I cooked the ground beef into little hamburger patties. I had 4 of them. And that was my lunch. And then a couple hours later, when I was at work, I had the last little bit of the roast that I had yesterday. There was a tiny bit left. I had that, and then I had the first bit of that pork loin, and I ate probably half, probably not quite half of that. Probably finish that off tomorrow and have myself some ribeye, because I still got 2 left, so I can keep on enjoying them. So yeah, that was day 22. Hey folks, welcome. It is Thursday, which is day 23, I think, and it was another pretty standard day. I had some food that I had yesterday and some food that I had the day before. So I had a ribeye for breakfast, but I ate that along with 2 hamburger patties that I made from the ground beef that I cooked up yesterday. I didn't want to wait to eat for the ribeye to finish cooking, so I had the hamburger patties while I was waiting. Then I had the ribeye, and that was my breakfast. And then later, at about 5 or so, I had what was left of the pork loin that I also cooked yesterday. And that was my dinner. And that was that. I'm done with food for the day. I'm nice and full and everything. A little visual for you, an auditory response of how full I am. But I'm feeling good and doing just fine. So see you guys again tomorrow. Okay, it is Friday, which is day 24, and today was a good day. I finished off my ribeyes this morning. That's what I had for my first meal, and sad to see them go. They were really, really good. I'll miss them. Probably unlikely that we'll get a bunch more anytime soon, but I'm actually coming up towards the end of Fresh Meat May. I'm not sure what I will do from there. Maybe I will start fasting or something like that. And then maybe I can afford to eat ribeyes again if I'm only eating every other day. Anyways, I finished off the ribeyes for breakfast, lunch, whatever you want to call it, first meal. And then later I went to work and I had what was left of those hamburger patties that I cooked up. They were in the fridge there at work waiting for me, and I had those for my later meal, second meal, dinner, supper, whatever, tea. Yeah, that was what I had. Good stuff. I'm feeling groovy and nice and full, and yeah, so that was Friday. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey everybody, it is Saturday, which is day 25, and today was a hard day. Not for any reason of food, but just it was hard. I'm sure a lot of people are also in the grip of the heat wave that's hitting the U.S. I think it's hitting most southern U.S. and I fit that bill, southern U.S. We're not as bad temperature-wise as, say, Arizona. They have higher temperatures, but they have way lower humidity, and therefore we're basically the same, possibly worse. But anyways, we had a swim meet today, and swim meets are outdoors, and they are all day long. And on top of that, we had to get in our last volunteering because this is the last swim meet of the year. So we had to get in our volunteering because I guess they make you give them a check for $350 that they hold. And if you don't do your volunteering, they cash it. And if you do your volunteering, then they rip it up. Well, we don't have $350 to give to them for that. So we had to make sure we got in all our volunteering. So I had to do 2 volunteer shifts today. So I started out the morning as a timer, timing all the swims, which wasn't too bad. And then later in the day, they have 2 shifts. So the first shift I was a timer, then the second shift I was doing what was called the ready bench, which is helping the kids get into the lane that they belong into and everything so that they actually swim when they're supposed to swim, and that the meet just moves along and all that kind of stuff. So you're wrangling a bunch of kids, which is crazy. Whoops, trying to switch hands and I almost dropped it. And that one was more in the sun. The timers, at least, they give you, you're standing in shade, and that's the ready bench. I was mostly in shade as well, but here and there I was not. And later in the day, it just got hotter and hotter and hotter. And on top of that, I hadn't eaten anything. I didn't have time to eat anything in the morning. Actually, I didn't even have anything to eat in the morning. That's one of those problems of Fresh Meat May/June, is that I have to have fresh meat to eat. And I ate the last of it yesterday. And so I couldn't have even cooked something if I wanted to. And so I went through the whole day. It was 3 o'clock when I got home from the swim meet, when it finally wrapped up. And I still hadn't eaten anything. And I was so worn out and hot. At first I jumped in the pool, which wasn't as pleasant as I wanted it to be because the water temperature has already gone up. It feels like August temperature in the water right now. So that sucks. But I sat in the pool for a little bit trying to cool off, and then I came in and I took a sort of a cold shower. While the water was warming up a little, I stuck my head under it and got it nice and cold. And then it kind of warmed up, and so I put it to a room, close to room, I don't know. It wasn't cold, but just putting my head in the cold water was rough. So I'm not good with that cold water therapy stuff, I guess. But yeah, after finally doing all that, I finally was able to go out and buy some food. So it was like 5 o'clock when I got back with that and cooked it up. And I had myself just ground beef. I cooked them into hamburgers and I ate a bunch of hamburgers till I was totally full. And then of course I had the usual thing that I get when I do fasting, which is diarrhea that quickly hits. So I had to deal with that. And then, to tell you the truth, I am bushed. I'm so tired. I think I'm probably just gonna lay down in my bed, take a nap, although it's late enough now that most likely I'll probably have to sleep. Just make it the end of the day. It'll be the rest of the night. That's what my wife said when I told her I was gonna take a nap. She's just like, okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow, because if you go to bed now, you're not gonna be getting up later. You're gonna be sleeping the whole night through. So that's probably what I'll do. But gotta be done, I guess. I'm so tired. So yeah, we'll do that. And I guess I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See ya. Hey folks, it is Sunday, which is day 26. And as you can tell, I am at work today, which kind of sucks, but we're low on staff right now. Somebody quit and we haven't been able to replace them yet. So I'm working extra days. I guess it's good. I'll get some overtime, and everything is expensive now, including my carnivorous diet. So I guess that'll be good to have. Anyways, what did I do today? Well, I ate some meat. I finished off what I cooked up yesterday. So I had, I didn't really make it all into patties. There was the 5-pound chub that I cooked up yesterday. Most of it that I ate yesterday was all patties. And then the last little bit I just cooked as ground beef. And I put that into a container with all the grease, and I put a little, there was like one hamburger patty left over that I dropped in there from yesterday. And then I ate that stuff this morning. I ate, it was possibly afternoon. I guess it was close. It was right as when I usually do my first meal, around 11 something, and I sat down and I ate a bunch of that, which was nice, very yummy, and filled me up. And the weird thing was I stayed full like the whole day. It wasn't until almost 9 o'clock. It was like 8:30 when I finally felt a little bit hungry, and I thought, you know what, I'll finish off the rest of that. There wasn't really that much left either, so I finished off eating that. I don't know what that'll do, because you're not supposed to eat that late. Your body's going to bed. It's not wanting to be digesting stuff. So I guess we'll see what happens with that. If I, pack on a bunch more pounds because of it or something like that. I don't know. Who knows even when I'll weigh myself next. I guess I weigh myself on Wednesdays each week. So there's that coming up. But yeah, that was Sunday. At work again, and I'll be working next Sunday too. And we're doing a bunch of 6-day weeks. So huzzah. We'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Hey everybody, it is Monday, which is day 27. And it's been a pretty good day. I had to cook up some more ground beef. And that's what I had today. I cooked it up. I had to let it sit for a little while to cool off, because the last time I ate it, right after it was cooked up, the grease that it was in was so hot that it was burning my tongue really bad every time I took a bite. So this time around I cooked it and then I just left it to sit. And it sat for probably 45 minutes before I finally ate it, and still it was pretty warm. I mean, it wasn't burning at least, so I timed it perfectly. But I ate a bunch of ground beef, which had lots of wonderful fat on it, and that filled me the heck up. And I'm here at work. I forgot to even bring that ground beef with me, so even if I get hungry I'm gonna have to fast because I don't have anything to eat. So I guess I'm done eating for the day, so I can do my my review a little early. So here I am, finishing up day 27. See you guys tomorrow. Hey everybody, it is day 28, Tuesday, the last day of week 4, but I guess I'll probably keep going for another couple days since it's a 30-day challenge, not a 28-day challenge. I may have to remedy that for the next challenge. Maybe they're just going to be 4-week challenges instead, because it works better for the videos. Anyways, yeah, today was another pretty standard day. I had slightly different food. There was a little bit of the roast that I had earlier left over. My daughter had set some aside for herself, and then I think forgot that it existed. And I just sat, and then I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna let this go to waste. So I grabbed it and I ate it. It was only a tiny bit. So then I heated up a bowl of the ground beef that I cooked. Did I cook it yesterday? That I cooked recently. I think it was yesterday that I cooked it, and I ate some more of that. And then I did the same thing that I did yesterday, where I forgot to bring any food with me, and so I guess I'm doing 1 meal a day. Maybe that'll be my next challenge. I'll just slide right into it since I've already done it 2 days in a row. 1 meal a day. Yeah, we'll consider that. So that's the end of day 28. And I guess I'll see you again tomorrow because we got to get to 30. Hey, it is day 29, second to last day, which is a Wednesday. And I did the same thing that I've done for the last 2 days in a row. So this is day 3. When I had some food, it was ground beef. Just a little bit of ground beef. Wasn't even that much, although I'm sure most people would think it's a lot. For me, and also for the fact that it was just 1 meal, it wasn't really that much. A lot of grease in there, a lot of fat. I love the fat. So there was that. That was good. And yeah, I had that for my, there's a siren coming. Hopefully you can still hear me fine. Had that for my meal at around noon, and then that was it. I was done for the day. I didn't bring any food with me to work. Doing 1 meal a day, I guess. And this is the 3rd day in a row. We'll see how it goes. I'm starting to get cold. My fingers are cold. It's already starting. Came out here, and it has been desperately hot for the last. Okay, that was definitely too loud. Now it should be okay. But yeah, it's been desperately hot for the last few days, and yet here I am sitting outside and thinking, oh, it feels nice. Which is always what happens to me when I fast. I just get cold, and the air conditioning where I work is intense, and so it's always too much for me. But I was thinking, this has gotten pretty easy for me. I do not even have like a temptation to eat stuff that I shouldn't anymore. Like today, I walked in the door and there was this big table just full of cookies, all different kinds of cookies. I took pictures just a second ago as I was walking up here, and this is not all the different kinds. There's just the one kind that I managed to get a picture of because that was all that was left, which I believe these are the oatmeal raisin. So of course they're the ones left. They were always the grossest, but they had chocolate chip and all different other kinds, plus milk. They had milk. Some place brought us cookies and milk because they're a bakery and they wanted to celebrate. I think it's for celebrating Pride Month or something like that. I'm not sure. And then on top of that, another guy was like, hey, also my grandma sent me a bunch of chocolate, and I probably shouldn't eat all this myself, so I put it out here for us to share. And so there was this various kinds of chocolate stuff that I could have eaten too. It wasn't even tempting. I didn't even look at it and think, oh yeah, I should. Oh boy, that's tough to turn away. I don't feel that way anymore. It's cool. Those cravings have gone away, and I'm getting to the point where food is just fuel. Just, it's good. And that's really good. It's been 1 day shy of 3 months, although maybe a couple days because there are 30-day challenges, and some of those months are 31 days. Although I guess there was a 4-day period in between. So no, I'm good. 3 months. It's been 3 months. And here I am, feeling as confident as ever. That's pretty cool. Not worrying about anything. My health is secure if I can keep this up, and I think I can. Hey, it is Thursday, which is day 30 of this 30-day carnivore challenge of fresh meat May/June. The last day of fresh meat May/June. What did I do for this May/June? Well, I ate carnivore. I ate fresh meat. Sorry, I'm really not doing a good job at this video today. Yeah, what did I have today? I had what was left of my ground beef, the last little bit. It may well have been as much as a pound. When I woke up this morning, I thought I had less than I did. And because I thought I had less, I went ahead and I was at the store getting cat food anyways. And so I grabbed myself some more meat. I thought, maybe I should get something. And I was looking at what was there. And the thing that jumped out at me was stew meat. I've had stew meat before. My wife showed me how to do it in the pressure cooker, which has always worked pretty good. But I wondered, maybe I can just cook it in the air fryer. And so I bought myself, it was about a pound of stew meat. I picked the stew meat. For one reason, it's like only $6 a pound instead of 10 or something, and it wasn't ground beef. I already had plenty of ground beef. That's even cheaper a pound, but I wanted something a little nicer. I didn't go for the ribeye steak or anything. I just got some stew meat, and I threw that in the air fryer, put a bunch of salt on it, and let it cook for a while, and it turned out pretty good. I thought it was tasty. I know that stew meat is not like the highest. Generally, I think my wife says you got to do it in the pressure cooker because it's not tender. It's not very tender meat, and if you don't do that, it's gonna wind up being really chewy and gross, I guess. I don't know. I think that's what happens if you just cook a roast like a steak or something too. It's just not very tender and it's not very good. And I have to admit, there were a few pieces that were a little extra chewy. Not bad though, I didn't think. And I think it turned out really good. So I ate that and my ground beef within the space of about 30 minutes. And that was my food for the day. And I'm back doing my intermittent fasting again. So I've been doing that for 4 days now. And I suppose I'll probably keep doing that. Haven't totally decided, but I'm sure old Big Anklevich coming up after me is going to tell you all about what I'm going to do for the next 30-day challenge. And my guess is, first of all, we'll change it to a 28-day challenge so that I can do weekly videos instead of this weird one here that has 9 days in it. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. All right, so there you go. That's what happened on Fresh Meat May/June. I finished it up, doing just fine, and even doing 4 days of 1 meal a day fasting. So that was kind of interesting. By the end of the week, which was Tuesday, not the end of the challenge, but the end of the week, I had lost 1.4 pounds, which is pretty good. It'll take a while to get where I need to go, but that's fine as long as I get to where I need to go and stay. But yeah, I think fasting may help me pick up speed a little bit on weight loss. Overall, I've lost 10 whole pounds, and that was for the whole month. I lost a lot right at the start. I lost like 6 or 7 pounds, and then that kind of hit the brakes and slowed down, but that's fine as well. I wasn't even fasting. Now I've started into that a little bit, doing 1 meal a day. And I think that's what I'm going to do for this upcoming month. I'm going to do 1 meal a day, and I think I'm going to do the Dr. Berry thing, the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. Although I'm going to let myself do one sort of splurge, I guess, on this first day. And then after that, I will stick 100% with beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. And I'm going to do 1 meal a day for a month, and we'll see how that goes. We'll make this one a 4-week challenge, though, so I don't have to do this extra 2 days at the end and make the video extra long and etc., because that's not worth it. So that's the upcoming plan. But I thought this was pretty successful. 10 pounds in a month is a good total. And again, as I've said 100 times on here, and I know it's like coping mechanism or something, but it's not so much about losing weight as it is about losing fat and getting healthy. That is what I'm trying to do. And one thing that I just realized last night, I was watching Dr. Berry interview Kelly Hogan over on his channel. And I love Kelly Hogan, love Dr. Berry, so that was a great video. And it was a really good video too, to tell you the truth. You should check it out if you haven't. Most likely you saw his video way before you saw mine. But anyways, yeah, it was interesting because they were talking about skin tags. And I remember when I started doing this that I had a skin tag in my armpit. And I remember thinking, oh, I should take like a picture of it. And then I can document as it disappears. But I never did. And I just realized because they were talking about it, I thought, wait a minute. I had that one and I felt in my armpit. It's gone. No more skin tag. It's gone away. So there you go. Another one of the signs of getting healthy. And that is me. I am getting healthy. And I'm really loving it. I'm enjoying getting healthy. But yeah, I think that, I never did measure my waist or any of those measurements. But I can tell just by the way that my clothes fit me that I'm still losing size, even if I'm not losing weight at anything rapid. Yesterday I was thinking I'm going to have to start wearing a belt with these shorts that I've got on because they're going to just fall off of me pretty soon and show my ace to somebody. So I got to be careful. Anyways, yeah, so that's what we're going to do for this upcoming month. Don't have a good name for it. Beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, June/July. Maybe I should make it go all the way through to the end of July, so then I can just pick the month and give it a name instead of the /this/that thing. Maybe we'll make it a 6-week challenge or something. But yeah, time for beef, butter, bacon, and eggs OMAD month. And I'm excited about that. Things are cruising along. Now, here's an interesting development. In the month that me and Marshall have not been doing our challenges against each other, Marshall has had a little bit of trouble, little struggles sticking with things. And he sent me a video. He's talking about his struggles and he's talking about his new convictions to get a new challenge going. So I'm going to send you over to that. You can get an update from Marshall.
Well, hello there, everybody. It's me, Marshal Latham. I'm back here on the Big Anklevich on Health. And when I left you last, it was it 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago? I think it was only 3 weeks ago. I was riding high on the carnivore challenge. I finished the last 30-day challenge, second one that we did, and things were going great. I was dialed in as far as the intermittent fasting and on a roll as far as carnivore goes, and my plan was to not do a challenge anymore, but just try to live it day by day. And the first week I did pretty good at doing that. Toward the end of that first week off of the challenge, I went on a road trip to California for a convention, and I was worried about that. I had brought a bunch of jerky and stuff to make sure I stayed on track, and I made some really good choices. I actually did pretty well. Toward the end of the time there, I did give in a little bit, and I had some Taco Bell and ate some snacks and stuff on the drive back home. But I felt pretty good about a lot of the choices that I made while we were there. And it's kind of funny because both Big and I are friends with a guy named Rish Outfield. And, Big and Rish have been friends longer than I've known them. And they had a little debate going between them that, Rish is not on the carnivore thing. And so he felt that that Big had corrupted me with all the carnivore stuff. And Big felt that Rish had corrupted me to eat stuff that was not carnivore while we were away, because Rish and I both went to this convention, and I don't know, I thought that was kind of funny because I appreciate the thoughts and the care for me, but I'm an adult. I make my own decisions, and nobody can take blame or credit for. I do thank Big a lot for challenging me and getting me on the carnivore challenge. So, no, I really wasn't influenced by Rish or anything else. It was just decisions that I made. But again, I thought I did pretty well considering all the stuff that was going on, the limited choices that I had in my eating. And I could have done better, but I could have done a lot worse. I could have gone off the rails. Speaking of which, I have done worse after coming back from Anaheim. In fact, this last week has been the worst for me since I was doing the carnivore challenge. I pretty much gave in to everything. I was drinking all kinds of soda, eating whatever I wanted, and I was going to start last week on a new carnivore thing, and that was my intention. Monday came around, I gave in to eating something, and then I said, I'm just going to go off the rails again. So this last week has been the worst since being off of the carnivore challenge that I did last time with Big. I have not gotten on the scale and figured out what the ramifications of that have been. However, I know I need to do something different. So I'm getting back on track, getting back on the wagon, or whatever you want to call it, a teetotaler, if you will. And this time, I'm not going to do a carnivore challenge. I'm not going to limit it to 30 days. I'm going to go on a carnivore quest. And this is a quest or a journey into wellness. For me, I need to be consistent in what I'm doing. And so I still haven't determined the end goal. What is it going to be? Pounds, how much I weigh? Do I want to say I'm going to get to a certain weight? I haven't decided on a point like that. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it 50 pounds at a time. And, I don't want to use pounds because pounds weight is subjective sometimes. It doesn't always depend on if you're eating right, if your body's healthy. Many things can determine your weight, but it's also a great gauge, right? It's if you, what is it? If you don't measure it, you'll never achieve it, or something. You know, like there's some platitude like that. You know, you have to be able to measure where you're at and how you're doing. And you know, it seems to be that the scale is the best place to measure, at least for now, because I am so overweight and I have so much to lose that I might as well use that as a gauging point. And so I'm gonna go so this first goal of this quest is to lose 50 pounds. After that, I'm going to go another 50 and another 50. And I have enough pounds to go for a while on 50 pounds at a time. So that's my plan. I'm going on a quest. I'm not going to do a challenge. I'm not going to limit myself to 30 days. I'm going on a carnivore quest. So I'm starting that today. What is today? Today is the 13th of June. And again, that really doesn't matter. I don't know whether I'm going to count the days or the weeks, because I'm not going to do this as a daily video update. I'm going to do this as a weekly video update, and I guess I'll have to determine exactly what I'll report on this weekly update. I won't go through every day what I ate, but maybe I'll go into the things that were hard, or maybe anything that I struggled with or failed on. But keep going. And that's the thing that I'm going to state at the beginning of this quest, is that I know I'm not going to be perfect. It's a long haul, and I might make a mistake. But the key is not to let that stop me. If I eat something I shouldn't have, well, by golly, the next day I'm going to go right back to what I was eating, what I should be eating. And, you know, I'm going to try, especially here at the beginning, I'm going to go right back on the full carnivore thing. I may do some more keto stuff as I go. But anyway, I guess that's all to say. I know that I'm not going to be perfect, and there may be times when I don't eat something that I should, but that's not going to be my goal. That's not going to be my intention. But if it happens, I'm not going to say, oh, well, there we go. Now I'm back to this. So, and that's a challenge, right? I mean, it's human nature to delay, to procrastinate, doing the right thing, and using any excuse to get off the the trail or the rails, so to speak. So anyway, this is the beginning of my quest, and it's going to have great benefits to me. And thanks for joining me on this quest. I'm glad that I can jump on to to Big's vlogs on Big Anklevich on health, because I don't know if I would want to do that independently. So thanks, Big, for the inspiration. Thanks for including me on your YouTube updates, and I'll be back next week to give my report of the quest. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
And there you go. That's what Marshall's up to. He's getting back on the horse, and he says he's going to give us a video once a week. So each week I'll have my report, and then just a short little video of Marshall giving you an update on how he's doing. I know y'all missed him. So he's back. So exciting. So there you go. That is Big Anklevich on health for today. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys next week here on Big Anklevich on health. That was a little repetitive, huh?